The Merchant of Venice, Part IV. The Two Rings. Shylock, crushed and beaten, had left the court, followed by the yells and hooting of the crowds collected to hear the result of the trial, and Antonio and his friends hastened to express their warmest gratitude to the young doctor of laws who had so skilfully conducted the case. They begged him to accept a handsome fee, but he refused to take any money payment for his services. Bassanio insisted that he must certainly accept some remembrance, not as a fee, but as a tribute of their gratitude. Thus urged, the young doctor yielded. He looked at Antonio. "Give me your gloves. I'll wear them for your sake." Then to Bassanio, "And for your love, I'll take this ring from you." But Bassanio drew back. He began to make excuses. The ring was a trifle. He would not shame himself by offering it. It had been given to him by his wife, etc. The more reluctant he showed himself, the more the young doctor insisted. Finally he went off, apparently in deep offense. Then Antonio urged Bassanio to give him what he asked, because of the services he had done, and Gratiano was sent after him to present the ring to him. Lorenzo and Jessica, meanwhile, had been staying at Belmont, but they were very glad to welcome back the lady of the house. It was a lovely moonlit night when Portia and Nerissa came home. Sweet music was sounding, and all was peace and beauty. Their return was speedily followed by the arrival of Bassanio, Antonio, and Gratiano. All were rejoicing, but in the midst of the general gladness sounds of discord were heard. Gratiano and his wife were having a hot dispute. "A quarrel already? What's the matter?" asked Portia. "It's about a paltry ring that Nerissa gave me, with a motto for all the world like Cutler's poetry, upon a knife. 'Love me and leave me not,'" said Gratiano. "Why do you talk of the motto or the value?" cried Nerissa. "You swore to me, when I gave it to you, that you would wear it till the hour of death, and that it should lie with you in your grave. Even if not for my sake, yet because of your oath, you ought to have held it in respect and kept it. Gave it to a judge's clerk? No, indeed, the clerk that had it will never wear hair on his face." "Yes, he will, if he lives to be a man." "Aye, if a woman lives to be a man," said Nerissa scornfully. "Now by this hand I gave it to a youth," protested Gratiano, "a kind of boy, a little scrubby boy, no higher than yourself, the judge's clerk, a prating boy that begged it as a fee. I could not find it in my heart to deny him." "You were to blame, Gratiano. I must be plain with you. To part so lightly with your wife's first gift," said Portia gravely. "I gave my love a ring, and made him swear never to part with it." She added, looking tenderly at Bassanio, "Here he stands. I dare be sworn he would not give it from his finger for all the wealth contained in the world. Now, in faith, Gratiano, you have given your wife unkind cause for grief. If it were me, I should be mad about it." How pleasant for Bassanio to hear this! "I were best to cut my left hand off, and swear I had lost the ring defending it," he thought ruefully. "My lord Bassanio gave his ring to the judge, who indeed well deserved it," said Gratiano, in self-excuse. "And then the boy, his clerk, who took some pains in writing, he begged mine. And neither man nor master would take anything else but the two rings." "What ring did you give, my lord?" asked Portia. "Not, I hope, the one you received from me." "If I could add a lie to the fault, I would deny it," said Bassanio. "But you see, my finger has not the ring upon it. It is gone." Portia, on hearing this, pretended to get very angry and jealous, and no excuses that Bassanio made could appease her. "Sweet Portia," he said, "if you knew to whom I gave the ring, if you knew for whom I gave the ring, and would understand for what I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when nothing would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure." "If you had known the virtue of the ring," retorted Portia, "or half her worthiness that gave the ring, or your own honour to retain the ring, you would not then have parted with the ring." Portia thoroughly enjoyed the fun of teasing her husband, and she and Nerissa made the poor men quite unhappy before the secret was revealed. Finally, Antonio, distressed at the discord which he imagined he had brought between husband and wife, interceded for Bassanio, and Portia allowed herself to be soothed. "Since you will be surety for him," she said to Antonio, "give him this ring and bid him keep it better than the other." "By heaven, it is the same I gave the doctor!" cried Bassanio. So all ended happily. The mystery was explained, and Bassanio and Gratiano were duly forgiven. To add to the general pleasure, news reached Portia that 3 of Antonio's argosies had come safely to harbour. So after all he was no longer a bankrupt, but once again a rich and prosperous merchant of Venice.